Good morning and welcome back to Rise and Shine at 9. I'm Dan Corlett, joined alongside Maddie Donor.
Good morning, Dan. It seems Elon Musk is back in the headlines, Pence is out of the world talking about the moon, and there's an artist helping to build the wall on the southern border, but you expect out of something you wouldn't expect.
Stay tuned, we'll have all of this and more, plus your weather updates. You're watching Rise and Shine at 9.
Rockland County is under a measles emergency. The New York suburb has had a confirmed 153 cases of measles since October, and County Executive Ed Day called the emergency to go into effect at midnight last night. This will ban any non-vaccinated child or teenager from public places. There are about currently 6,000 unvaccinated children in the school system, and only about 72% of the population is vaccinated. County Executive Ed Day is hoping that this executive order will help to contain the outbreak. Executive order in Rockland County, Democrats prioritize health care over other issues.
With the measles outbreak in Rockland County, some may wonder what the current state of health care is. Democrats Tuesday pushed several other political issues aside to unify the party by putting health care issues first, a strategy that they believe will help in the upcoming election. The Justice Department on Monday decided not to challenge the legality of the Affordable Health Care Act by giving Democrats the ability to brand themselves as the party working for the people with lower health care costs. Pelosi said that in a meeting during Tuesday morning. We'll talk about Elon Musk next. And Elon Musk will be speaking in court next week to a federal judge about his violation of a settlement deal. The Securities and Exchange Commission sued the Tesla CEO last month after he violated his mandated pre-approval for public information concerning shareholders via a tweet. The mandate was supposed to go into effect in October, and Musk will be in his hearing on April 4th with the federal judge Allison Nathan.
Mike Pence announced yesterday at the United States Space and Rocket Center in Huntsville, Alabama, the administration's plan for Americans to return
on the president's
to the moon.
behalf
This comes
to
as
tell
the
the men
50th
and women of
the first man's mission to the moon approaches.
Yesterday, Conor McGregor announced his retirement from the UFC, and a spokesperson said that is totally unrelated to the investigation that he's under in Ireland. A woman accused him of sexual assault in December, according to 4 people familiar with the investigation. McGregor has not been charged with the crime formally, and that's following protocol that is usual in the country of Ireland. A formal charge does not necessarily follow an arrest. McGregor was arrested in January and questioned by law enforcement authorities and released pending further investigation. For one group of cousins and brothers, the end of their spring break ended in fear rather than fun. Vanessa Medina has more.
It's just after 3 a.m. Sunday. This group on spring break from Terre Haute, Indiana, stop in Oakland Park for gas, and then this happened.
They run up to us and they say, "Give me everything you got."
He came up to me and it didn't seem real.
Alec Tanous was celebrating his 21st birthday.
I'm faced this way, he puts it right in my rib area, and I just put my hands up, kind of get out of the way.
His big brother, Jacob, jumps in.
I grabbed the gun and I try to move it and try to move it kind of up, just away from my head, his head, anybody really, just in case he does pull the trigger, so maybe go in the air.
Their cousin Alex Wispy grabs the suspect from behind and around the neck.
I was just waiting to hear a gunshot go off the whole time.
The accomplice then runs up, pushes Jacob, but Alex is still on the ground, holding steady with his chokehold. Eric is trying to grab the gun and finally gets it.
Once I raised the gun, they both took off back to their car, and then we were just screaming. I mean, only thing running through your mind is protect your family.
Turning the tables, the suspects now trying to compromise talk it out.
He was asking me to calm down and to give him the gun back and just to chill out, like we weren't just held at gunpoint or anything.
The suspect coming back out, Eric pointing the gun at him and could have easily shot.
Those guys, those are sons of somebody. Those are fathers of somebody.
At no point ever should violence be an option. He doesn't deserve his life to get taken just because of the situation.
Taking down the license plate, police catching up to Kevin Campbell later that night. This man still on the run, and this family with quite the story and no regrets.
I knew that there was a possibility that I could be shot and killed. I knew that. That's my family. You know, we die for each other.
I'm very thankful for all these guys. You know, that could have been a very bad 21st birthday.
Thankfully, no one was injured and the boys got to return back to Indiana safe.
Absolutely scary stuff.
Yeah.
Moving on, the NFL will now allow for replays on views of pass interference calls and non-calls after an owner vote on Tuesday. Adam Schefter of ESPN reported that now both offensive and defensive pass interference calls can be challenged. Many owners and fans are expressing their opinions on Twitter. Some are glad to have the replay views. Others, unfortunately, are not as excited. The game might change because of this. Massive rule changes will be coming this next season. California artist wants to make America great again, but not in the way you may think. Brandon Lewis takes a look at one of the latest art installments.
Cosimo Cavallaro is an artist who uses a different type of medium.
I make things out of cheese. That's what I do.
He first came up with a project to build a wall years ago, but it was always on the back burner.
And all of a sudden, Trump gets elected, and he just keeps talking about the wall, the wall, the wall.
After months of scouting locations, Cavallaro decided on Tecate.
But this is the one that sort of made sense because you parallel that wall. And what I love about it is that there's also a lot of context here.
He ordered 200 bricks of cheese, each weighing 50 pounds.
The more you carry, the heavier they feel. So they're like right now they're about 80 pounds. Yeah.
Cavallaro and an assistant then started laying the foundation of a wall.
I wanted the cheese itself to hold itself.
That he hopes will eventually stretch nearly a quarter mile.
That's a physical goal. My mental goal, my spiritual goal is that it gets into the hearts of people.
Cavallaro is using cheese because anyone can connect with it.
I love the smell.
And it's something we see when this wall becomes wasted away.
For some reason, we don't see the waste of money and resources, and also the waste of meeting somebody, you know, getting to know them.
Cavallaro has set up a GoFundMe to raise $300,000 so he could build a quarter-mile version of the wall made of expired cheese. Once completed, the cheese wall expected to be nearly 6 feet high and 10 feet wide.
I'm confused. Won't it melt
I don't,
in the Mexican sun?
I have no idea. Oh, I have no idea how that's going to work.
Look at the smell.
Art is art. It's whatever you want it to be, honestly.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Now let's take a look at the weather with Storm Team 10 meteorologist Liam Healy.
Yeah, Liam, what can we expect? It seems to have been pretty moody the last couple of days.
Yeah, you know, Dan, it has been pretty moody out there recently, but at least we're heading up to what's going to be an average temperature today. Averages for this time of year, about 48 is the high, 29 for the low. Starting out a bit at below average this morning across the area. You're seeing generally 26 degrees, 27. Those averages are for Syracuse, though, so up by the lakeshore, we do kind of tend to be a little bit cooler this time of year. But we are starting out below average. But coming up in my full forecast in just a few minutes, we're going to talk about potential for warmer temperatures and what to expect for your weekend. Stay tuned. You're watching Rise and Shine at 9.
Most of us like to be out in the sun. That's why sunscreen and other safety measures are key to protecting your skin from aging and cancer. The FDA recommends using a sunscreen with an SPF of 15 or higher. Also, look for broad spectrum on the label. That means both harmful ultraviolet A and B rays are blocked. Remember, SPF plus broad spectrum equal healthy fun in the sun. Visit www.fda.gov/sunscreen for more information. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
I'm a lot more confident and a lot more sure of my abilities. At Oswego is where I've really found myself and became the person I am. You work hard and you play hard. I love the environment of SUNY Oswego.
David Richey. I mean, they were. Do you think Bryce Harvey or Tommy John survivor Nathan Evaldi?
Good morning and welcome back to Rise and Shine at 9. I'm Storm Team 10 meteorologist Liam Healy. Starting out a little below average for this time of year. Generally, our average low is about 29 degrees, 27 right here in Oswego. Got 31 up in Watertown. That's actually the warm spot today, surprisingly, way up north. Now, as we head out a little bit further across the state, we see it is generally still pretty chilly, but that is going to change today. Radar and satellite staying pretty clear. That helped us stay pretty chilly tonight, but it's also going to help us warm up today. Now, as you check out our futurecast here with temperatures, you see we're climbing up 40 degrees by Wednesday, 1 p.m. So that's right around lunchtime. Starting to get a little bit warmer. I do think we are going to get up to close to 48 degrees today, but as we head into Thursday morning, you see another little bit chilly, but we are going to be relatively warm as we head through the next couple of days. But Thursday night, we are seeing this chance to rain, and that's going to be our limiting factor for our temperatures on Thursday. We have the potential to maybe get near 60 degrees, but it depends on exactly when this rain gets here. This model has the rain getting in Thursday about 1 p.m. If we get a little bit, maybe Thursday 3 p.m., 4 p.m. for that rain to come in, we could hit 60 right here in Oswego, but most likely we're going to stay closer to around 55, 57 degrees. Now, as you head through the rest of the day Thursday, you do see it impacting your evening commute. You see 51 degrees in Oswego here. We are getting, like I said, we're going to get pretty warm, but you are going to see this heavy rain. Could be heavy at times. You're going to run into these random pockets here and there that are going to be kind of heavier than the other ones. So do keep that in mind as you head out the day on Thursday. But as you head into Friday, it's going to clear out again. It is going to be a bit chillier on Friday, but it's not too much to worry about. It's nothing like the cold we've seen the past couple weeks. So the next 36 hours, you got mostly sunny, 47 degrees today, wind staying out of the south. Tonight, we're going to stay mostly clear again, only going to get down to about 34 degrees. But as you head into tomorrow, we see that afternoon rain getting up to 57 degrees. That south wind, once again, really helping us out there. And the real question is, but what about your weekend? All right, so we have we have a cold front coming through that's going to be on Friday. And as we head into the day on Thursday, we're really starting to see that we see a low pressure that comes right up the coast here. And that really helps to bring in this rainfall here. And that's really what we're watching on Saturday, is the stationary front and the rainfall. So as the stationary front, it really depends on exactly where it wiggles to. If it wiggles just north of Oswego, we'll really get that chance to see 60 degrees once again. But if it stays just a bit to our south, we're going to stay right there, right around 40, maybe even 30 degrees in the 30s on Saturday. So if we're really watching this closely, stay tuned here with Storm Team 10. And, let's take a look at your 7-day forecast, get the whole picture here. We got 47 degrees on Wednesday. For Thursday, we're seeing that chance. Again, afternoon rain is possible is going to happen on Thursday, seeing 57 degrees. Head into the weekend, see that chance again. We might be reaching 60 degrees, but we are going to have some pretty heavy rain. And as you head into Sunday, could see a few flurries as this system departs. But starting out your work week a little cold, but Tuesday could see the potential for another quick warm-up next week. Stay tuned. You're watching Rise and Shine at 9. We'll have more news coming up in just a few minutes.
We believe in patriotism. We believe in our country. For 100 years, veterans have been impacting our nation through the American Legion. Learn more at legion.org/webelieve.
It's back and better than ever. One student can win up to $25 in cash. All on Oswego's favorite game show, Spin to Win! Every Sunday night at 9, only on WTOP 10 TV.
Welcome back to Rise and Shine at Night. 9, here's a look at out our window. We're hoping for a little bit more sun these days, and hopefully we're done with the snow soon.
Absolutely, I agree. Apple has been making changes to its newest operating system due to security risks. According to CNN, Apple patched a flaw that could allow malicious applications to access the microphone on your iPhone and record you and those around you. The company is in the process of making several changes in order to maintain user privacy in response to Apple's announcement that their stock has gone down due to user concerns.
TripAdvisor has named London, England as the 29th the world's best destination. This is partially attributed to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's 2018 wedding. According to CNN Travel, London knocked protest hit Paris off the top travel slot in the ranking determined by reviews and ratings over the past 12 months for hotels, restaurants, and experiences. London has also experienced an increase in tourism related to the royals, such as changing of the guards, Buckingham Palace, and Windsor Castle. 9 labor nurses at Maine Hospital, all pregnant at the same time.
That's right, and you probably have heard about this already, but it's something about like when your best friends or maybe your coworkers are all being pregnant at the same time. But what about when 9 coworkers who all happen to be labor nurses are all pregnant at the same time? A hospital in Portland, Maine is going through that right now, and it's an experience that people are talking about. 9 of their labor nurses are pregnant and are due between April and July. The hospital issued a statement saying that we don't worry because we have a plan.
I hope
so.
I hope they do.
Absolutely.
A woman who built a collection of thousands of tapes and DVDs with her late husband is ready to find a new home for the astonishing display. Lauren Glassberg has more.
Elizabeth Szilagyi teaches piano at her Hamilton Heights apartment, where she's surrounded by plenty of albums and scores. But step into her hallway and the recordings are entirely different.
All of these are professional fights.
They're all boxing matches. Elizabeth's husband, Bela Szilagyi, was a professional musician with a passion for the ring. He made his first recording in 1979.
It was an old Quasar tape recorder.
And together they ran a business making dubs of fights like this one of Mike Tyson and Buster Douglas in 1990.
See the jab followed by the right hand?
Networks and boxing promoters and fighters themselves and trainers were all interested in getting hold of tapes of particular fights.
Bela didn't just record the fights, he reviewed them in detail. This is Judah's first defense against a sub who rarely threw a punch back, and he kept a catalog of every boxer. To him, boxing wasn't so different from playing the piano.
The timing, the excitement, the feeling of being on stage and feeling the crowd. I'm sure the fighters feel that excitement too.
Bela died in 2012, but the recordings didn't end there. Elizabeth continues the tradition, opting for DVDs now. But 6 months ago, Elizabeth actively began looking for a new home for this collection. Its final round has come, at least for this apartment.
I have to get on with my life, and there's a time for everything. This time is up.
She hopes a library or museum will want the collection, a wallop of 8,000 VHS tapes and 5,000 DVDs, an archive of the heart.
This is a
Elizabeth Schlage hopes that her collection will end up in a museum where others can enjoy it as well.
It's super cool to see all of that stuff.
That is.
Yeah. Well, coming up after the break, Alexis Bruning has an entertainment update, but I think we're just going to go to a break right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see you after that.
Anybody can be a firefighter. Male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers. We have leaders in business.
It's me, you, anyone that wants to be.
There is no typical firefighter.
Pretty good today, pretty good. You know, yeah, I thought we called a pretty fair game.
Come on, man, that was a weak call. Yeah, man, that ref is totally soft.
You might not know everyone in your community, but if you did, you'd see that people in recovery from mental and substance use disorders are all around. Reach out for support and begin your recovery journey. Join the Voices for Recovery. Strengthen families and communities.
For confidential information on mental and substance use disorders, including prevention and treatment referrals for you or someone you know, call 1-800-662-HELP. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Good morning and welcome back to Rise and Shine at 9. I'm your entertainment anchor, Alexis Bruning, and here are some of your latest celebrity news. Justin Bieber announced on Monday over Instagram that he is taking a break from music to focus on his mental health. The 25-year-old musician posted the photo after many fans expressed a desire for a new album. Justin explained to his followers that he was unhappy during his last tour, which ended early due to unforeseen circumstances. Bieber says his fans deserve a lively, energetic, fun, and light concert that he was emotionally unable to give during his last tour. Bieber acknowledges that music is very important to him, but he needs to focus on his family, health, and marriage to model Hailey Baldwin. Bieber ended his message assuring his fans that when he comes back, he will come back with vengeance. Central New York is getting ready for Cardi B as she prepares for a concert at the St. Joseph's Amphitheater in May. Live Nation announced through email that the Grammy Award-winning rapper will be performing on Saturday, May 25th. Additional details such as ticket prices, on-sale dates, and opening acts were not included. Live Nation opens the email saying, rap phenomenon, social media star, reality TV icon, and chart topper Cardi B brings a riot of personality, power, and passion to the St. Joseph's Health Amphitheater stage this summer. The concert is not on the amphitheater's website, but an official announcement with ticket information is expected by the end of this week. Chicago police remain adamant that actor Jussie Smollett staged a hate crime against himself after being cleared of all charges against him on Tuesday. Natalie Chen reports on the case's dramatic shift.
This is a whitewash of justice.
Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel erupted after Illinois prosecutors dropped all charges against Jussie Smollett and sealed the record in the case that has twisted and turned public opinion since January.
I've been truthful and consistent on every single level since day one. I would not be my mother's son
if I was capable of one drop of what I have been accused of.
If you want to say you're innocent of a situation, then you take your day in court.
Chicago police still believe Smollett paid two brothers $3,500 to stage an attack against him on January 29th.
The Ondero brothers said more than once that the $3,500 check they received was for exactly what Jussie said. It was for nutrition and training. They were his trainers.
In February, prosecutors said Smollett directed the entire thing, telling the brothers exactly what to say and do, including using a racial slur and making a reference to Make America Great Again. The Illinois state's attorney said he stands by the investigation, but decided to drop charges based on the fact that Smollett did community service and forfeited his bail.
Our priority is violent crimes and the drivers of violence. Jussie Smollett is neither one of those.
Smollett said he would like nothing more than to move on.
But make no mistakes, I will always continue to fight for the justice, equality, and betterment of marginalized people everywhere.
I'm Natasha Chen reporting.
All right, and while some of the officials are disappointed in the outcome, and despite the backlash, Smollett's Empire co-star Osmarie Livingston says she is very excited for him to come back on set.
That's a big deal.
That's a touchy subject.
It's a bit of a touchy subject, yeah. I mean, I'm not sure about all the details. Obviously, no one's really sure about the details exactly because that's why they dropped the case.
I'm interested to see, though, how Empire, the viewings go after he comes back.
Right, and I guess they've already dropped tremendously, the viewings and the ratings.
I think I saw a tweet that he posted. It was just like this emoji and a blurry picture of him on a newer episode of Empire. Yeah, so that's interesting. We'll see how that goes. I'm going to do this for you guys because you guys care. I'm not really her demographic, but what do you guys? You guys are clearly excited about Cardi B.
Yeah,
so excited.
Maybe I'll
for Cardi
stay a
B.
week after graduation just to see her. I might.
A week after?
Yep.
For Cardi B?
Just for Cardi B.
Big, I think.
Might bring it up to my friends.
Syracuse has had a lot of country artists who are like big names, but I think this is their really first kind of big name that they've brought in, especially Cardi B. She's new, everyone loves her. She's like the talk of the town right now. I think Syracuse having her is like a huge deal, and I think
it's going to bring a lot of people out.
It's going to bring in a lot of people.
Well, I'm going to talk about something
that interests you.
I care about, and Liam are probably more concerned about, is that Apple has unveiled its own streaming service, and it's called Apple TV Plus. And at an invitation-only event on Monday, and it has enlisted some of the biggest names in Hollywood for this, they made an announcement that they're going to be competing directly with Netflix and Hulu and stuff like that. They brought in guys like Steven Spielberg, J.J. Abrams, Oprah Winfrey, Reese Witherspoon, there we go, Jennifer Aniston, and Michael Scott, Steve Carell. The service will compete with Netflix, Amazon, and Hulu directly, like I said.
I don't think they could take away my Netflix. I don't think they'll get me to get in on this whole bandwagon of Apple TV Plus. I've done some studying and research on this. I already have an Apple TV, but this is apparently like a separate application that's going to be taking the place of cable. You're only going to be paying for the shows and stuff that you subscribe to, which I think is really interesting. So we'll see. I don't think it's going to take my Netflix either. But that's our whole show for today. We hope you have a great day. Thank you so much for joining us on Rise and Shine at 9.
Have a good day.
The second I got on the campus, I knew Oswego was the place to go.
There's a place for everybody at Oswego.
This school just opens the world to you. Have the opportunity to explore and to learn so many different things, not only about yourself, but the people around you and the world.
It definitely is about the student. I felt it to be very about me. Now that I'm here, I can't imagine myself anywhere else.
Everybody can make something because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
Hey, these young. I mean, they were. Do you think Bryce Harvey, Tommy John survivor, Nathan Eovaldi?